We all tend to do it, don't we? Sometimes we carry too many things on our shoulders that aren't even our problems. We think it's our job to save everyone, fix every problem, and heal every sad heart. But the truth is, if you jump into someone else's storm without protecting yourself, you might get lost and hurt yourself instead. It's a good thing to care for people. It shows you have a kind heart. But if being kind starts to hurt you, then it's not kindness anymore. It's just hurting yourself for no good reason. You can't set yourself on fire just to keep other people warm. You shouldn't have to give up your own calm just to deal with someone else's problems. Yes, caring for others is one of the best things a person can do. It shows you are kind, understanding, and think about others. When you help someone or comfort them, it shows how truly human you are. But sometimes when we care, we forget where to draw the line. We start carrying burdens that aren't ours. We give up our own peace because we love, or feel loyal, or feel sorry for someone. And slowly, without even knowing it, we start to lose parts of ourselves. It's not selfish to protect yourself. It's very important. Because if helping others makes you suffer, then it's not love. It just creates a deeper wound inside you over time. There might be times you feel you have to be the hero, to always step in and take away the pain of someone you love. But really, think about it. What happens when your heart keeps breaking for the same people who don't even try to fix their own problems? What happens when you spend sleepless nights worrying about someone who just won't change? You end up tired, worn out, and empty. That emptiness makes you forget how valuable you are, what your purpose is, and your own dreams. You can't call that love, because love shouldn't make you lose yourself. Love should make you stronger, not weaker. Caring should make you more understanding, not broken. When you give too much of yourself, people might start to expect it, like it's your duty. They might take your kindness for granted, and you might start to feel that you only matter when you're helping others. But that's not true. You are more than just someone who gives or heals or solves problems for others. You are a person who also needs rest, peace, and healing. It's not wrong to help people, but it's dangerous when helping others makes you forget to help yourself. Think of it like pouring water from a jug. If you keep pouring water into everyone else's cup but never fill your own jug, soon it will be empty. And when you're totally empty, how can you keep giving? Sometimes the bravest way to care is to step back and let others learn, struggle, and grow on their own. You can still love them deeply without carrying all their pain. You can still support them without losing your own peace. Caring for someone doesn't mean you have to be their shield in every fight. It means you walk beside them, not inside their troubles. And if they refuse to fight for themselves, you must understand that their journey is their problem, not yours. By holding on too tightly, you're not saving them, you're just drowning yourself. Your heart is valuable, your soul is important, and your mind deserves rest. Don't lose yourself just to show others you love them. People who truly value you will never want to see you break while trying to save them. They will want you to shine, to be whole, and to live in peace. Caring is a gift, but even a gift needs balance. If you really want to love others, start by caring for yourself first. Because only when you are whole can your love and care truly become a blessing, instead of a heavy load. You can't burn yourself up just to keep someone else warm. Because the truth is, no matter how much light and warmth you give, if you burn yourself completely, there will be nothing left of you. We often mix up love with giving up too much, thinking that the more we give for others, the more meaningful our love is. But love isn't supposed to hurt you. Caring for someone isn't supposed to break you bit by bit. You might feel that giving everything, even your own peace, shows how loyal you are. But really, it's a slow way of hurting yourself. You start losing your joy, your calm, and who you are. And in the end, you stand there empty, wondering why the very people you helped never learned to create their own comfort. There are people who will gladly take everything you offer without ever asking if you are okay. They will let you carry their pain, fight their battles, and stand as their protector, never thinking about the scars you get along the way. The more you burn yourself out to make them comfortable, the colder you become inside. You start living constantly tired, where your body is there but your soul feels drained. And when you are drained, you can't shine the way you were meant to. You were made with a purpose, with light, and with strength. That light isn't meant to be wasted on people who won't even try to find their own light. Sometimes, love means helping from a little distance. Sometimes it means letting others feel the cold so they can learn how to build their own fire. Because if you always protect them, you stop them from growing. They become dependent on your strength and never find their own. By burning yourself to keep them alive, you aren't saving them. You're just delaying their chance to stand on their own. True care isn't about making yourself weak so others can feel strong. True care is about showing people how to find strength inside themselves. It's easy to think love means endless sacrifice. But think about this. If you lose your own light, how will you guide anyone? If you are completely used up, what will be left of you? To give to the people who truly need you need to keep your own fire burning. The fire inside you was given for a reason. It's supposed to keep you alive, inspire you, help you grow, and yes, to share with others, but not at the cost of your own life. Sharing your warmth doesn't mean giving away all your fire. It means knowing when to give and when to protect what's important within you. Burning yourself for others might feel noble at the moment, but later it only leads to emptiness and pain. You deserve a life where you aren't always drained. You deserve to love in a way that doesn't erase you. And you deserve to be with people who respect your warmth without asking you to destroy your own flame. Because real love doesn't ask you to burn. It encourages you to shine. Boundaries are not selfish. They are how you show respect for yourself. Without them, you let others decide how much of you they can take, and slowly you lose control over your own peace. People often think boundaries are cold or mean. But they actually show love for yourself and even love for others. When you say no to something that hurts you, you're not pushing people away. You're simply choosing to protect your inner peace. And when you protect that space, you can show up in a healthier and more real way. Without boundaries, you might feel constantly tired, taken for granted, or even invisible because you keep giving more than you should. Boundaries are the lines that remind everyone that you, too, are a person with needs, limits, and your own life. Some people think being kind means always saying yes to everyone. But true kindness isn't about agreeing to everything. It's about being sincere and honest. If you say yes when your heart wants to say no, that's not kindness. That's letting yourself down. And when you keep letting yourself down, you start to lose trust in your own feelings. Your dreams get pushed aside, your peace is lost, and your value starts to fade in your own eyes. Setting boundaries isn't about shutting people out. It's about finding a balance where you can give without becoming empty, love without losing yourself, and support others without hurting your own well-being. If you don't have boundaries, people might start to expect you to always be there. They might think you'll always carry their problems, fix their issues, or be available no matter what. And the more you let this happen, the more they see it as your job, not a choice you're making. Slowly, your life starts to be all about their needs, while yours are ignored. But when you put boundaries in place, you remind others that your time, energy, and peace are important too. You teach them how to treat you, and by doing so, you set a standard for good relationships. Healthy love respects boundaries, while unhealthy love dislikes them. It's important to remember that boundaries aren't walls. They are like doors. They let good things come in while keeping harmful things out. They create a safe place where you can grow while still being connected to the world. When you say no to what drains you, you are actually saying yes to what really matters. You are saying yes to your dreams, yes to your peace, and yes to relationships that respect you. And the people who truly love you will understand your boundaries because they want to see you whole, not broken. Boundaries also teach responsibility. When you don't always carry someone else's load, you give them the chance to build their own strength. If you keep saying yes to every demand, you stop them from learning to be independent. But when you stand firm with kindness and clarity, you encourage them to grow. This isn't being mean. It's being kind in a very deep way. Because kindness doesn't mean carrying everything for someone. It means believing they can carry their own share. Setting boundaries won't always be easy. You might feel guilty. You might worry about losing people. And you might even face pushback from those who were used to your constant yes. But with time, you will realize that the relationships that truly matter will respect your limits. And the ones that end were never based on true love, but on what was easy for them. Boundaries allow you to stay whole, to love without feeling angry, and to live without always being exhausted. They are the bridge between caring for others and caring for yourself, making sure both can exist in a good balance. If you always rescue others, they might never learn to stand on their own. Every time you rush to save them from falling, you take away their chance to find their own strength. This comes from a place of love, from a heart that can't stand to see anyone struggle. But often, it does more harm than good. We grow stronger from difficulties, we find strength in struggles, and we gain wisdom from our mistakes. When you always protect people from life's lessons, you accidentally stop them from becoming who they are meant to be. It's like holding a child who is learning to walk. If you never let go, the child will never take that first step. They might be safe in your arms, but they will never know the joy of walking freely on their own. Many times, helping others makes you feel important. You feel needed, valued, because someone depends on you. But depending on someone isn't love. And saving someone again and again can lead to a cycle where they never even try to get up themselves. They start to expect your help instead of trying on their own. And when they expect it for long enough, your presence stops being a gift and becomes a burden. You give your time, your energy, your peace, and in return, you see no change because the person never learned to take responsibility. They leaned on you so much that you forgot what it meant for them to stand on their own. Standing on your own is never easy. It comes with pain, fear, and failure. But those failures help shape a person into who they are meant to be. When you stop that process by always rescuing, you slow down their growth. You might think you're protecting them, but you're really protecting them from lessons that were supposed to make them stronger. Imagine a bird whose wings are always held by someone else. It will never fly. It will never explore the sky because it never learned what its wings were for. Sometimes letting people fall is the greatest gift you can give, because it teaches them how to rise. It's not easy to step back when you love someone. Watching them struggle feels awful. Your heart screams to jump in, to remove every problem, to take away their pain. But by doing that, you might be taking away their story, their courage, and their chance to change. Just as you face challenges that made you who you are, they must also face theirs. If you always walk their path for them, they will never know how far they can go. Your help should guide them, not do everything for them. Your support should inspire them, not become their only strength. True love isn't about always rescuing. It's about helping someone stand up on their own. It's about saying, "I believe in you enough to let you try, even if you fail." It's about watching them stumble but cheering as they get back up. It's about knowing that your job is not to live their life, but to remind them that they are strong enough to live it themselves. When you step back, you are not leaving them. You are giving them the chance to find the power within themselves. And that discovery is far more valuable than any rescue you could ever give. True love sometimes means letting people fight their own battles. Because as much as your heart wants to protect them, you cannot walk their journey for them. Every person is put on this earth with their own challenges, their own hard times, and their own lessons. When you step into someone's fight and try to carry their sword for them, you might win a small battle, but you take away their chance to grow through the struggle. Love isn't about taking away every problem from those you care for. It's about standing nearby and reminding them that they have the strength to face it themselves. If you always fight for them, they may never find the power that lives inside them. It's natural to want to jump in when someone you love is hurting. It feels almost impossible to sit still when you see them struggling. You want to fix it, heal it, and make it go away. But sometimes, the strongest way to show love is not by fixing the problem, but by letting them feel how heavy it is. Because in that struggle, they learn to be tough. In the dark times, they learn to look for light. And in the fight, they find strength they didn't know they had. If you always protect them, they might survive, but they won't grow. And just surviving without growing isn't really living. It's just existing. When you let people fight their own battles, it doesn't mean you stop loving them. It means you love them enough to trust them with their own journey. It means you believe that they are capable, even when they doubt themselves. It means you are willing to see them fall, not because you enjoy their pain, but because you know falling is part of their journey to rise. Sometimes the hardest thing is to step back and watch from the sidelines. But real love needs patience and trust. It needs you to understand that your role isn't to be their savior, but to be their supporter. Think of the strongest people you know. They didn't become strong because someone always fought for them. They became strong because they faced hard times and overcame them. They carried their pain. They dealt with their doubts. And they went through tough situations without someone taking the problems away. That's how strength is built. And that's how character is formed. When you step in to fight every battle for someone else, you are not saving them. You are holding them back from their own growth. It's not easy to watch someone you love struggle. But you have to remember that their path is different from yours. Their lessons are not for you. They are for them. You can walk beside them, hold their hand, pray for them, and encourage them, but you cannot carry them through the storm. True love says, I am here with you, but I cannot fight this for you. It says, I believe in you enough to let you. And that belief can sometimes give a person more strength than any rescue ever could. Because in the end, the battles they fight on their own will be the victories that shape who they are meant to become. When you truly decide to live with a clear purpose, things that used to distract you stop being important. The things that once took your time and energy no longer seem interesting because you are focused on something much bigger. Every choice you make starts to fit with the mission you feel inside, and your actions show what you believe deep down. Purpose becomes like a compass that guides you through tough times, setbacks, and temptations. And even when life throws unexpected problems your way, you keep moving forward because you know where you're going. Without this clear purpose, it's easy to drift, to let things just happen, to be pulled by opinions and quick feelings. But once you find out why you are here, every day becomes a chance to move forward in that calling. You start to see that your struggles were shaping you for this moment, giving you the toughness, wisdom, and view you need to carry your purpose strongly. With purpose, even simple tasks feel meaningful because they are steps toward a larger goal. You don't just wake up. You rise with a reason. You don't just work. You put your energy into something that matters. You don't just go through pain. You learn from it and use it to grow. Living with purpose gives you a focus that others can feel. A fire that can't be put out by disappointment or delays. And when others see this fire in you, it makes them want to find their own. Because purpose spreads. And when you live with it, you give others permission to do the same. It doesn't mean the road will be easy, but it promises it will be worth it. Your heart no longer settles for just okay because you know you were made for more. You measure how well you're doing not by comparing yourself, but by how well you're doing what you were made to do. And as you go deeper into your calling, doors start to open. Resources come to you. And people are drawn into your journey, not by chance, but by a special design. Every time of life, happy or painful, becomes a chapter in the unfolding story of your purpose. You realize that nothing is wasted. That every tear, every win, and every challenge is working together to build the foundation of the impact you are meant to leave behind. When you live this way, regret loses its power because you're no longer just existing. You're building a legacy. Your life becomes bigger than yourself, reaching beyond today, touching lives and creating changes that last longer than you do. And it all starts with a decision to stop wandering and start living with intention. To stop asking, what if, and start saying, this is why. Because in the end, the saddest thing is not death, but a life lived without purpose. And the greatest win is to find yours and give it everything you have. You can only truly help others if your own soul is not empty. Because you can't pour from a cup that has already run dry. Many people think that being selfless means giving endlessly, never stopping to rest or refill. They believe that always serving others shows strength. But really, it leads to being completely tired. When you keep giving without getting anything back, when you keep shining without taking time to recharge, eventually your light starts to dim. You might still show up, but you'll be tired. You might still love, but with a weary heart. You might still care, but it will cost you your own well-being. That's not true giving, because giving should come from having plenty, not from being empty. Think about the sun. Every morning it rises, giving warmth and light to the earth. But the sun isn't burning itself out just to give light. It's following its natural cycle. And in that cycle, it never runs out. In the same way, your light needs to be cared for if it's going to last. You can't keep making yourself smaller for others, hoping it will somehow still be enough. If you never take time to feed your spirit, to protect your energy, and to rest your mind, you will end up feeling constantly drained. And when your soul is empty, even your love starts to feel heavy. When you are full inside, giving becomes joyful. When your heart is at peace, helping others feels natural instead of forced. When your soul is cared for, your light spreads easily. But when you ignore yourself, every act of giving starts to feel like a burden. The truth is, the world doesn't just need you to be there. It needs you to be there in your strongest way. Your kindness matters most when it comes from being whole, not broken. Your wisdom matters most when it comes from clear thinking, not confusion. Your love matters most when it comes from a heart that feels alive, not drained. Taking care of yourself doesn't mean you love others less. It means you know that your ability to love is directly connected to how well your soul is. Just like a lamp needs oil to keep burning, your spirit needs constant care to keep glowing. That care can be many things. Rest, thinking quietly, being alone, praying, being creative, or even just saying no when your heart feels tired. These aren't luxuries. They are things you absolutely need. Without them, you can't remain the light you were made to be. There's also a deeper truth. When you keep giving from emptiness, you start to feel angry or bitter. You might not admit it at first, but deep down you feel like you're not appreciated, not seen, and drained. That anger grows silently, and it takes away the beauty of your generosity. But when you give from a full soul, you never feel that bitterness because your giving is natural and joyful. This is why protecting your light is not selfish. It's the most generous thing you can do. It makes sure that your love, your kindness, and your understanding are pure and lasting. You are meant to shine, but your shine shouldn't cost you your soul. You are meant to give, but your giving shouldn't leave you empty. You are meant to love, but your love shouldn't hurt you. When you fill yourself first, when you protect your inner light, everything you offer to the world becomes richer, brighter, and more meaningful. Only then can you truly inspire, uplift, and heal those around you. Your life, your dreams, and your peace are just as important as anyone else's, because you weren't made to exist only for others. You were given your own purpose, your own special calling, and your own path to walk. Too often, people forget this and start to live as if their worth comes only from how much they can give up for those around them. They give all their energy to everyone else. They give endlessly and try to meet expectations that were never truly theirs. Slowly, they become shadows of who they used to be. All because they put other people's happiness before their own. But the truth is, your existence is just as important as anyone else's. Your heart, your voice, your dreams, and your inner peace deserve to be treated with the same respect you give to others. There comes a point when you must realize that constantly choosing others over yourself isn't love. It's neglecting your own soul, your own potential, and your own needs. You might think that putting yourself last is being humble. But humility doesn't mean erasing yourself. It means knowing your worth without being proud and living honestly. When you deny how important you are, when you hide your dreams so someone else's can grow, you are denying the purpose that was put in you for a reason. No one else can live your life for you, and no one else can fulfill the calling that belongs to you. If you keep ignoring yourself, the world will miss out on the gifts that only you can bring. Your peace is sacred. It's the quiet place where your mind rests, where your soul breathes, and where your heart feels calm. When you give away that peace to carry problems that aren't yours, you create a life full of noise, but empty of calm. And when peace is gone, even your dreams lose their light. You might still have goals, but without peace, goals feel heavy, stressful, and overwhelming. Protecting your peace is not selfish. It's necessary. Because when your soul is at rest, you have the clear mind and energy to work towards your dreams without being crushed by distractions and demands that aren't yours. Your dreams matter, not because they are big or small, but because they belong to you. They are parts of who you are, whispers of your soul, and signs of the life you are meant to create. Too often, people put aside their dreams to live for others, promising themselves that one day they will go back to them. But one day never comes, and life passes by quickly while serving everyone else's needs. Your dreams deserve to be lived now, not in some far-off future when everyone else is happy. You owe it to yourself to chase what excites you. Because by achieving your dreams, you also inspire others to believe in their own. Life isn't just about existing for others. It's about finding a balance where your love for others and your love for yourself go hand in hand. You can support people. You can care deeply. But you must never forget that your journey is just as important. Your voice deserves to be heard. Your heart deserves to be cared for. And your peace deserves to be protected. When you value your own life and give importance to your dreams, you don't lessen the love you have for others. You make it stronger. Because only when you are whole and at peace can you truly share the best version of yourself.